Hello friend, and welcome back to Daytona for the feature race of the penultimate round of Chase the Sunset. Kevman leads us away with John Boy second, Unicorn third, Pedretti fourth, and myself at the back for 40 minutes of going round and round in circles. We saw in the sprint race that it was possible to do the full 20 minutes without actually pitting if you saved enough fuel. So I think the optimum route, judging by that, is going to be a one-stopper. It's going to be down to who can look after the tyres best, who can use the least amount of fuel. We've still got some action there. Pedretti, Unicorn, John Boy all together. It looks like John Boy is under threat, but it's very, very early on, and these opening positions won't make much of a difference in the long run. John Boy goes to the lead, sides past Kevman. So Kevman, it would seem, perhaps in a lower engine mode at the moment, and he's going to be saving fuel from the outset. John Boy and Unicorn perhaps want to put some space between themselves and the rest of the pack before they start saving fuel. Pedretti really got it wrong with the strategy in the sprint race, so we've got to assume he'll definitely be sticking to a one-stopper unless he has any kind of damage or tyre wear issues. He's going for the inside on Unicorn, and we saw that the inside line was the better line in the sprint race. It looks like Kevman might have a run on Unicorn. He's going to the inside. Unicorn clearly saving fuel because they've fallen back a long way from the leaders. And the Grandpa Mobile as well having a look, trying to follow Kevman through with that slipstream. Darting to the inside, and that is Unicorn down into last place for now. There we go, Unicorn's low, back around the Grandpa Mobile. So everybody squabbling for the best position they can get, the best slipstream they can get. And it looks like Unicorn just got that slightly wrong there and didn't quite get the slipstream they wanted. Everybody there bunching up behind Kevman for a little taste of that sweet, sweet slipstream at the front. Pedretti right on John Boy, but is he saving fuel behind John Boy is the question. That's something we're not going to know until the pit stops or until Pedretti pulls the pin and overtakes. Kevman doing a great job of putting his car right where he needs it. Looks like there's a Grandpa Mobile there going around the outside of Unicorn. Is there enough speed to go around the outside of Kevman as well? Perhaps not. They touch. Can we get past? That is an old man into third place, but it looks as though Kevman might get a bump draft assist from Unicorn behind. Indeed, that is exactly what happens, and it's back to the back of the field with this old man. Whoa, Pedretti at the front, having a look at Kevman, John Boy, sorry, and he's through. So Pedretti up the inside, John Boy hanging it in there, gets back into first place. These two don't really want to be fighting at this point and slowing each other down, because if they do, they will be giving a tow to the cars behind, and that's not what they want if they're going to make their strategies work. Kevman coming under pressure from Unicorn again. Can he hang on in there? Oh, they've touched. Unicorn and Kevman have touched. Kevman's gone round. Is he able to get going again? Yeah, he's got going again in the right direction, but he's lost a lot of time. And Unicorn there slowing down to help Kevman catch back up. Perhaps feeling a bit responsible for that collision. Oh, but that's Kevman and Unicorn now with an awful lot of work to do in this race. Pedretti looking closer to John Boy. Is he going to try and make a move again? Perhaps not. Okay, so John Boy leading. Oh yeah, it is. He's going for a move. He's gone down low. Pedretti trying to go up the inside. The two of them side by side once again. You can see the gap there back to third place. These two just running away with it. The two titans of this series, John Boy and Pedretti. And John Boy just saying, hey, chill out. I want to be in the lead for now, and I want to dictate the speed of the race. Through a lot of bump drafting and other shenanigans, and I think perhaps more fuel use as well, Kevman managed to catch back up to myself in third place. It's definitely going to be some sort of engine mode, because look at the way he just sweeps on by. Kevman trying his hardest to get back on terms with the drivers at the front. It could come back to haunt him later. He's got to look after that fuel. The tyres, not so much a major issue here, but fuel, definitely a concern. Once again, Pedretti very, very close to the back of John Boy's car. Oh, bit of a bump draft going on now. So the two championship protagonists really working together all of a sudden, and that's not what the rest of the field want to see. Oh, no bump draft this time. It looks like Pedretti there from the moment he stepped out the slipstream, and again Pedretti possibly looking for a way through. There is the apron there, but be careful not to put all four wheels over that double yellow line. But Pedretti definitely looking for the lead once again. It's very very low line. Got to be very careful not to spin the car out. That is John Boy relegated to second as we come on to the stretch to the start finish line. Also, that's about 1/4 distance. We can see Kevman there in the background catching up. So Kevman definitely burning more fuel than the other two back markers. Kevman is the midfield right now, and John Boy looking for a way around the outside. Can he use momentum to get past to Pedretti? He cannot. Okay, Kevman closer. Is Kevman overdoing it though? Well, find out in about 10 minutes if Kevman saved enough fuel to do the one-stop strategy, because if he hasn't, then this is really going to hurt him. Perhaps he's trying to get to the slipstream of the leaders, and if so, he can save some fuel there. But for now, what a gamble. John Boy looking around the outside of Pedretti. In fact, I think he's through before they've even made it to the corner. He is. Pedretti could come back. He's still low. Hops up into the slipstream, but John Boy has got him. And here comes Kevman. He's charging. He's absolutely on it. But how close is Kevman? Is he close enough to be a threat right now? He is definitely getting a slipstream from that. Kevman hauling himself back in. He's currently at the fastest lap of the race, and he is a man on the move. There we can see them all together. Is he going to sit in the slipstream, or is he going to go for the pass? Oh, Kevman, what is your plan? Alright, looks like Pedretti there lining up John Boy once again. Perhaps looking in his mirrors and thinking, I need to be getting on with this, because there's a Kevman approaching. John Boy quite low, a little bit defensive for that corner. Kevman right with them. This is the view from Kevman's cockpit. You can see up ahead we've got Pedretti there with a little bit of a connection problem, chasing down John Boy. Kevman definitely getting closer and closer and closer. Pedretti looks like he's bump drafting again, trying to speed things up at the front. Oh, but this is tantalising now. Can Kevman pull off a victory here, even after his spin? Don't know if maybe he's just driving angry, but he's going for it right now. John Boy currently half a second up-ish on his fastest lap, so he's definitely moving, definitely motoring. But there's Kevman within touching distance now. Pedretti probably not going to want to touch Pedretti because of that connection problem. That's a recipe for disaster. But there we go. Kevman having the drive of his life right now. Because Pedretti again, it looks as though Kevman's fallen away, or he just can't keep up because of the bump drafting going on ahead. Maybe Kevman realising that he actually needs some fuel at the stops. Speaking of stops, John Boy peels off. So John Boy not committing to that one-stop strategy. How's that going to play out for him? That puts Kevman up into second. Pedretti in first. Has John Boy given himself enough of a gap though back to fourth and fifth is the question. Looks like he might go down to last place. He does. He's going for the big old undercut and the using the extra grunt that comes from the higher engine mode. Espadretti did well to save fuel behind him, using that slipstream well. John Boy still sat in the pits. It's a long time refueling. Is Espadretti going to lap him? That would definitely make it harder to get back on terms with him. But I think, is he moving? He's not moving. John Boy still sat. There he is. He's just heading away now. So is he going to beat Espadretti? I think he is. It's close though. Espadretti has crossed the start-finish line, so almost lapping John Boy. Give you an idea of just how long it takes to put fuel in these cars, and that really is what the drivers are trying to avoid today with the pit stops. Kevman looks like he's looking for a way through. Impressive that Kevman managed to pull himself back into contention without burning off his fuel. He's clearly saved a lot at the start. Got some sort of strategy that's really working for him. But has he got enough to manage another lap? In fact, has he got enough to do the one stop? Either of them pitting? No. Kevman and Pedretti moving on. In fact, Kevman giving Pedretti a little bit of a nudge there, saying let's go, let's go. We've got a race to win. So John Boy not really pulling away at the rate we thought he would with that extra engine mode. So is perhaps John Boy now conserving fuel? It could still be a one-stop or an attempt to one-stop. We saw the drivers managed to make it all the way through a 20-minute sprint race without refueling, so I don't know, it seems like a bit far, a bit of a stretch. Maybe John Boy looking for a long second stint and then a short, fast third stint? I don't know, I can't call it, it's too early to call. Now at the halfway stage of the race, and it's still only John Boy who's pitted, but Kevman and Pedretti now losing ground to myself and Unicorn behind, but Pedretti has dived into the pits at last. So Pedretti there locked into that one stopper, as I think all the rest of the drivers are except for John Boy. Kevman inherits the lead of the race. Has Pedretti done though? Are they going to come out ahead of John Boy? That's the question now. Got, I think, myself and Unicorn there having a little bit of a bump drafting session. Yep, here we go. To catch up with the leader. We'll see how that plays out. It's certainly closer and closer to Kevman. John Boy makes it past Espadretti, so his strategy has worked so far. But we think John Boy probably still has to stop again, so it might not work in the long run. Espadretti now leaving the pits with a full tank of fuel. These three still not pitting, so there's some definite strategy at play here. Kevman probably going to have to pit first after his big recovery. But how far can myself and Unicorn go into this race, and will that be a key to victory? Unicorn there having a look round the outside. Somebody doing there. Three drivers who haven't really scored many points this season now perhaps smelling that there are points on offer. Oh, it looks like a move. It's a grandpa going low. Unicorn just deciding which slipstream to follow through with. Choosing the grandpa slipstream doesn't quite work. Kevman's still got some in his pocket, and nothing really happens there, although we're still alongside Kevman. We can still get him on the next inside. Unicorn seems to sense that and go to the inside as well. So Kevman there shuffled down to third as this here grandpa takes the lead of the race. Told you see, it's because there's not many corners to memorise. None of them are right-handers. The sun is setting. The track's starting to get a little bit shadowy. Oh, Kevman pitting off into the pits at last with 15 minutes of racing to go. That's myself in first, Unicorn second. John Boy I think is about to come past the pits, so John Boy up into third, and the chances are Espadretti will get Kevman for now. Of course, Kevman could probably run his car in a slightly higher engine mode now. He's going to have more fuel for the end of the race, and that could be huge. That could well be huge. Now that Kevman is pitted, you've got to think that these two drivers here are worried about an undercut. Kevman going with just 1% of fuel could be an indication that these two are running out as well. We're going to pit. Is Unicorn going to pit? Oh, Unicorn went to go into the pits, but decided against it. We had 13% of fuel left, so that's an indication that we could have gone further. Oh, Kevman gets lapped. So the good news there is that Kevman's going to have a slipstream, but bad news, he's going to have to work hard to unlap himself. Surely Unicorn can't stay out much longer. I've got to assume that John Boy now is in net first. Maybe. Oh, Unicorn there just getting out of the way. Not wanting to be slowed down, perhaps wanting to get a little bit of a slipstream from Kevman. He's probably in a higher engine mode now. But surely this is pit stop time for Unicorn. It's the Grand Parmobile back out on track, well ahead of Kevman. So that 12% extra fuel there working out. And it looks as though Unicorn's going to go for a long stop, because Unicorn still plugging on, still hasn't pitted, almost 28 minutes into this race. And here's John Boy. John Boy's caught up, so Unicorn really nursing that car now, trying to save every ounce of fuel in it. John Boy just sweeps past into the lead. He was the net leader, he's now the actual leader. Is this Unicorn's time to pit? Because now it's just a question of losing time. How much fuel does Unicorn really want for the end of the race? And how much time are they willing to sacrifice for it? It is a juggling act. Unicorn looks low. Possibly going into the pits this time round. They're on the apron. No! Still Unicorn circulates. And Pedretti not too far behind. So Pedretti a long way in front of myself and Kevman. Still a game of chess. Come around to the pit lane again. Unicorn now staying with John Boy. John Boy perhaps in a lower engine mobiles at the front, and they peeled off. So Unicorn, the last of the one stoppers, is only going to need about 10 minutes worth of fuel. What has this done for Unicorn? Is this going to? They've saved plenty of fuel. Unicorn saved loads. Are they going to get out before the Grandpa arrives on the scene with more fuel, fresh tyres? Unicorn could be in quite a position here. So Unicorn exiting the pits with just half a tank of fuel. So that was Unicorn's strategy. Go long, stay light. And it looks like that may have paid off, because I don't think we've got the speed to catch up. There's Unicorn. And they've managed to maintain that third place spot. So well done, Unicorn. Good work with the strategy. Although, there's the Grandpa coming past. So now we put 100% of fuel in that white and purple car. Maybe that's just a bit of confidence for the old man. Oh, John Boy just peeled off? He has. John Boy going for a splash and dash. That's catastrophic for his race, because Espadretti is just going to fly past. Oh, John Boy, I think he's called it wrong. Espadretti probably with enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Are we going to get ahead of him? Yep, John Boy down to fourth now. Fifth perhaps. Yep, John Boy's strategy it's going to be a bit of a tight one because there's only just over 8 minutes of racing left. So he's going to have to really give it everything he's got. John Boy coming out with about half a tank of fuel, which is probably a lot at this point in the race, but I think he's going to be foot to the floor in as high as engine mode as he can get all the way to the finish. Will it be enough? Is John Boy going to finish last? I don't know. We spent some time watching the Grandpa and the Unicorn, but look out because the Kevman is not too far away. Kevman breathing down Unicorn's neck right now, and this is where we find out who's got the strategy calls. Right, that is Espadretti just up ahead. So the bum draft train have worked to catch up to Espadretti, who's in the lead of this race, and it looks like we could have a bit of a photo finish in our hands. This is what we'd hoped for these ovals, and it's what we're about to get. There's not a driver on this track who doesn't want to win, so they're all going to work for it. Got Kevman there, slipping up into third. Is he going to go for second? Oh, Espadretti's slow. Has he got fuel woes? You know, he pitted quite early for the one-stopper, so he's probably still saving fuel, and he's losing out now. As myself there taking the lead, Kevman right behind with just over 5 minutes to go. Kevman making the move for the lead. There he goes. He's done it. So game on. Unicorn just hanging back a little bit. Watching what's happening. We're back in the lead again. Okay. How is this going to play out? We've got Pedretti still staying with us. Unicorn just in the background, and in fact, John Boy isn't too far back either. Just the length of the straight. You can see him come into view now. Yeah, there he is in the background. So John Boy with his fresh fuel and fresh tyres may still catch back up. But at the moment, Espadretti with no way around Kevman. Or has he? Because Kevman went wide there to go for the pass, and I think Espadretti's just taking advantage of that. Yes, indeed, he's going for the lead. Is he? No. It looks like Kevman and Espadretti now are going to be duking this one out for a while. Don't be duking it out for too long because we are running out of laps. About 4 minutes left, around 50 seconds a lap, so maybe 5 laps to get this sorted. Kevman going for the lead. He's out very wide though. Can't hold the momentum out there. But a much faster Grandpa on the inside. Unicorn now joining the fray. Unicorn looking for a move around Espadretti. Doesn't find it. But there's a lot of bump drafting going on. And this is where John Boy's going to struggle with his strategy, because John Boy hasn't got a bump drafting partner. He's out there all on his lonesome. No one to assist him. And I've got a cat trying to make friends with the microphone, so excuse me if there's any strange bumping noises. And here we go. The lights look great, the track looks great. Time is running out. This could go anyway at all. The sparks look great as well. And John Boy is not catching up. I think John Boy has called it wrong. His strategy has not played out the way he wanted it to. And that means now, with just under 3 minutes to go, the order is myself, Espadretti, Unicorn and Kevman, but Unicorn's a little bit leery there, and Kevman able to come around the outside into third place. Oh, what's going to happen? How's it going to end? Everybody wants to be on maximum points going into the final race. So you're seeing everybody giving it everything they've got. Espadretti there goes down to third as Kevman takes a wide line. Has he got the pace to go into first? He's trying it. He's trying around the outside again. Myself hugging the inside, just trying to block off the apex so that nothing can get through. And John Boy is slowly catching in the background. Can he do it? Kevman going around the outside once again. He's nothing if not persistent. And at this point, he just can't do it. Just can't get momentum to go around the outside. He's left himself open actually. Espadretti looking underneath Kevman. Slips through. He's got my slipstream to help him out. Kevman back in front of him. Lots of toing and throwing. This is either going to be to the line or it's going to be in a heap. Let's hope it's to the line, because we don't want to see anybody lose positions because of someone being in the wrong place, someone losing the back end. It's so tight. 1 minute to go. This most likely the penultimate lap. In fact, this is definitely penultimate lap. So if they're going to do anything, they've got to do it now. And Espadretti and Kevman fighting between each other is not helping them go for the win. Need to be working together at this point to get past the leader. Looked like Unicorn there was having a look. Unicorn up into third, Espadretti down to fourth. So the landscape of this race looking different again. Unicorn getting very low. Losing a little speed, I think. Espadretti looking for a way around, bit of rubbing going on. Well, up ahead, Kevman stretching his legs. In fact, that's a slow grandpa. That could be a fuel worry right there. And that would be a disaster for the old man. Kevman leads us into the final corner. This is the final lap. Everybody's pushing. Unicorn takes the lead. Kevman second. No, the grandpa second. What is going on? Oh, there's a little bit of rubbing there at the end, but Unicorn wins. Myself second. Kevman third. Espadretti fourth, and John Boy fifth. It's clear that Espadretti has won the championship. However, second place is not secure. Second place is still open. Unicorn can win it. I could win it. John Boy could win it. Kevman could win it. Who's it going to be? Hope you join us next time in the final race of Chase the Sunset.